Pete Hegseth, in a congressional hearing, said that Joe Biden deployed troops to polling locations in 15 states in 2024. I said that didn't happen. Joe Biden never deployed a single troop to a single polling location. And this person says it was governors, the states, that did it in 15 states, not Biden. There were troops, just not troops ordered by Biden. You say tomato, I say tomato. But tomato and tomato would be referring to the same thing. As you rightfully pointed out, it was the states, not Joe Biden. And they weren't there for the same reason that Donald Trump wants to send troops. Here, Pentagon Pete offers a chilling response to midterms question, because he refused to rule out sending troops to polling locations during the midterm elections if ordered by Donald Trump. He was grilled on that matter during a marathon House Armed Services Committee hearing on Wednesday. Democratic Representative Jill Tokuda pointed to comments made by President Donald Trump earlier this year when he lamented not having sent the National Guard to seize voting machines in the wake of his 2020 election loss. Federal law makes it a crime punishable by up to 5 years in prison to bring troops or armed men to a polling place. Tokuda read the statute into the record before asking Hegseth if he would carry out such an order from the president. The defense secretary dodged, prompting Tokuda to press him again. He kept evading. Eventually, the Hawaii Democrat boiled it down to a binary. It's a simple question. Who would you follow, the president or the Constitution? That's when he said the line about Joe Biden sending troops to polling places in 15 states in 2024 and asked her to explain it to him. Yes, there were National Guard troops deployed to polling locations in 15 states on Election Day in 2024 that had been activated by individual governors, not by Joe Biden. They were activated to provide cybersecurity and logistical backup to local election officials. And here's the important thing to remember, as you folks are listening to the MAGA crowd telling you that Joe Biden deployed National Guard troops to polling locations in 15 states on Election Day in 2024. And you now know that it wasn't Joe Biden, it was the individual governors. Because the next argument is going to be, well, those individual governors did it because Joe Biden told them to do it. He was the president. Here are the states where those National Guard troops were deployed to polling locations on Election Day 2024. Alabama. You think the governor of Alabama was like, yeah, Joe, we'll send those troops out for you? Arizona, Delaware, Hawaii. You think the governor of Iowa did that? Illinois, North Carolina, New Mexico, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Tennessee. You think the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, was like, yeah, Joe, we got you? West Virginia? Look at some of these states. You're telling me that Joe Biden picked up the phone and called Greg Abbott or some of these other Republican governors and said, I need you to send National Guard out to the polls. It's Election Day. We got to make sure shit's being safe. No, these governors sent these troops to these polling places for logistical support, to back up people, to help people that were running an election that they were expecting record numbers for. Joe Biden didn't get all these governors to agree to this shit. I mean, when you start to hear this shit, you got to push back with the facts. And the facts are, it didn't happen. These people, these governors sent troops, National Guard troops, to polling locations to help with logistics. The vast majority of them weren't even in uniform. You wouldn't even know that they were National Guard troops.